Radio Raheem at the final press conference for Davis Cruz, where Floyd Mayweather made a surprise appearance, sat before the press pool, and answered a number of questions on varying topics. The champ was very candid and got personal at times. Here's what he had to say.
The best thing about my career was the bronze medal. Best thing.
Because?
Made me work harder. I know I won, but I didn't want to leave no doubt. And you see, throughout my career, they've been trying to cut my throat. I fight Canelo, what they call it, a majority decision. I fight Canelo. Some judge had it a draw. I fight Oscar. Somebody had it a split. Come on, man. It's not good for the sport of boxing. And we talked about this. The scoring. Scoring in boxing is getting worse. I don't like it. And I went to the WBC convention because, whether I want to or not, you guys may say this, but I'm still a face of boxing. And I'm going to go up. I went there to speak up for all fighters. I didn't go just to speak for black fighters. I went there to speak for all fighters and have all fighters back and say, these guys need to be treated fair.
Floyd, how important is it for you to stick up for fighters of all races? You seem to really frame that a lot in your conversation, that it's not just about a black or a white or a Mexican. You seem to care about boxing as a whole. Talk to us about that.
I mean, of course, because I have fighters from all walks of life. And you know what's so crazy that I laugh at every day? When sometimes they write these stories, they say, Mayweather Promotions, only fighter they got is Tank. If y'all think that, if y'all believe that, y'all can believe whatever y'all want to believe. Meaning that a fighter can't say, I'm doing business with Al Haymon, but I'm not doing business with Floyd Mayweather. Or I'm doing business with Floyd Mayweather, and I'm not doing business with Al Haymon. That PBC could be Pretty Boys champion. But we don't really want to tell you.
Pretty Boys
champion. It is what it is.
Why did you sign Gervonta Davis in the first place? What did you see in him, and how did you know back then that he would be where he is today?
He talked about this. He talked about the Adrian Broner story. Actually, when he came to the gym, and it was a day before Adrian Broner was fighting Sean Porter. Right after the weigh-in, we went over to the gym because he wanted to see Tank box Devin Haney. You know, Devin Haney was in good shape. Tank wasn't in good shape, but they worked. And it was some crazy work. And just with him and Devin working, it was crazy, entertaining work at that particular time. So I said, you know what? I like this kid. So I said, yo, I had somebody reach out. I think I had my assistant reach out to him on social media. And I think we met in New York. After that, I think the next day he was on a yacht with me in Miami. You know how I move around. So we made it happen.
Then Dubai.
And then we was in Egypt. We could have been in Egypt.
Egypt.
So we was in Egypt, we was in Dubai, but you know, I was already doing these worldwide trips a long time ago. I wanted to introduce him to it, letting him know the world is bigger than just the USA. The world is bigger than just being in Baltimore. Baltimore is a great place, so many beautiful, great people, but you got to go and let the world touch you. Get a chance to touch the surface all around the world.
It's hard to be famous. It's hard to sell pay-per-views. You've obviously done both. Tank is doing it. What's the secret?
He can do crazy numbers. It's going to be hard to break my record because you have so many people stealing. You know, so many people stealing.
Streaming, yeah.
Yeah, streaming. Well, it's still stealing. If they're not paying for it and they're getting it free, it's stealing. Let me see. As far as pay-per-view, I think I got the four top for pay-per-view. You know, I still got a sharp mind. I mean, I think it was saying that Floyd Mayweather is he's losing his memory. I think I was when I was in Mexico. It was some little fighter they was talking about. Who was he?
Cepeda? Was he top ranked?
As a fighter talking about he sparred with me.
Oh, Cepeda. Yeah.
Okay, well, my thing is this. I'm proud of him, you know, for his victory. But if you done something spectacular when you sparred me, I'm going to remember you. Now, I'm human. And one thing that we can't play with is memory loss. My grandmother died from it. My Uncle Roger died from it. My daddy's going through it. So I'm only human. So can I have a little memory loss? It's possible. But guess what? One thing I did do, I built generational wealth for my children and my family. So if I am going through that, they're going to make sure that I'm okay.
Look.
And Muhammad Ali went through it. So we go through those type of things. You know, I've been hit with some big shots throughout my career. Not many as others, but it comes with the territory. And it's not like this guy came to the gym, was in training camp. I think I boxed this guy one time and didn't know I boxed him. I called so many fighters. You know, when I'm in it, I don't work with so many fighters throughout my life. I mean, that's just what it is. But I'm not gonna remember a little guy. I don't even know what 140, 140 pounder that came and boxed me at 1 or 2 in the morning that I boxed 4 or 5 rounds. I'm not gonna remember him.
Floyd, would you really fight Julio Cesar Chavez in an exhibition? Well,
you know, they asked me about that before. I take my hat off to Julio Cesar Chavez, a legendary champion. We seen what happened with him and Canelo Whitaker. You know, like I said before, with this scoring system, this been going on since a long time ago. You know, if I'm not mistaken, one of my easiest victories, that was Oscar. That was easy. He fought Oscar, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if he felt he fought Oscar, how old was he? How old was he?
He was like 37. 30.
No, he wasn't 37 when he fought Oscar. He was a little bit younger.
34.
Well, do your homework. Look it up. Look it up. I need y'all to look it up right now. Tell me what was his age, and tell me what was my age when I fought Canelo.
Google.
And then they say, they talk about these fighters. All these fighters gonna end up beating more world champions than Floyd Mayweather. You guys had 100 and some fights, 200 and some fights, 70, 80 fights. I still beat more world champions than all y'all. Eventually, y'all will beat more world champions if y'all keep giving these guys these cupcakes. You know, y'all got this guy fighting that cruiserweight, even though, I mean, I want to see the cruiserweight guy.
I got the age. It's 36, and Oscar was 25.
And so how old was I when I fought Canelo? I think about 36, right? 36,
Yeah.
right?
23.
Yeah.
So you see the difference.
Yeah.
You see the difference.
By the way, how did it feel to have Sugar Ray Leonard, Duran, Chavez Sr. all cheer for you in Mexico when you got the gold belt? That was an epic moment.
Well, I'm a legend too. Me a legend too. You know, legend. Real gonna respect real, no matter how much they may trash talk. You know, they did it in their era. I did it in my era. And Sugar Ray Leonard will come on record and tell you this. I told you, I'm here. I'm one of the smartest. See, I work smarter, not harder, and I always talk about this. And we're going to continue to help these fighters grow and be the best that they can be. And what I'm not going to do is never let the media make us go against each other. Mm-hmm. We got to ride together and continue to work with each other and push our fighters to be great. And that's what I will do as long as I'm here.
Floyd, is there opportunity that we can get you to work?
Isaac Cruz is the Pacquiao fighter. Pacquiao's still in the mix.
Oh, I was going to let him finish.
Okay, we're going to work together. So, where we at?
Isaac Cruz, Mexican, but he's from Pacquiao Promotions. What do you think of that, Floyd?
I think Pacquiao, he chose a hell of a fighter. Shit, we got so many fighters at PBC. I thought he was with PBC, but he's not. I see you over here with Sean, but I mean,
Sorry.
We'll just see. Me and Pacquiao actually, then we're going to play basketball in the Philippines. That's coming up soon. So
When is that?
I think January. So we're gonna play a little bit of basketball. Y'all already know what I got. So you know.
You taking a team out there, or you playing just one-on-one? What's out there?
I got a big enough jet to take a team out there. We're taking some guys out there. I think the rules is We got some former NBA players, a couple N1 players. So it's gonna be interesting.
He's
Floyd,
retired.
Floyd,
He's running for president right now.
I was good. Yeah.
He could be bringing this over to help him win. It's possible.
Would you campaign for him?
Do you co-sign his presidency, Floyd?
Absolutely. Yeah, even though they made us, it's really the media. Like the media can always paint a picture the way they want to paint a picture. You know, it's so crazy that I'm so proud of Tank as a fighter. I love him. I love his team. I want the best for him. But it's so crazy how y'all media always shit on him, talk bad about him, and it's so bad that they do this just because of me. Because of me. And I honestly feel like that's fucked up. Just that they do this to this kid. He go out there, he fight, he win, he do it in impressive fashion. You got guys like Oscar, and I'm gonna always set an example and say, well, Floyd, you trash talk a lot. You was cocky, and you're supposed to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, who the fuck gonna believe in you? And I went out there day in and day out and proved that I was the best. And it's fucked up that they don't got Tank as one of the top guys, pound for pound. Now, you look, and then they can rate Canelo up there. And I just feel like Canelo is one of the guys. He's one of the top guys up there, but he's not the only guy. This is not cool. Even though Spence went through what he went through, and Crawford, because Crawford and Spence haven't fought one another, doesn't mean these guys should be rated up there. Every time they went out there, they done what they had to do. There's so many young fighters that's up and coming that we don't talk about. And I'll come on record and say, these guys, that kid Ennis, boo, don't sleep on him. Don't sleep on him. I tell these fighters, don't. Hell of a fighter. And even Benavidez should be ranked in the top pound for pound. You know? But what we don't talk about is, Canelo. Steroids. Y'all don't talk about that. So we don't know. We really don't know all the fighters he beat. And he was what he could have been not clean in a lot of fights.
Do you think he was clean the night he fought you?
I'm saying I don't know. I don't know. That's y'all. Just Canelo. Oh man, that kid was a cakewalk. Kid, easy.
You named 5 fighters right there. What's your pound for pound list?
I mean, I ain't got to rate these guys pound for pound. I ain't got to rate. I don't got to rate. I'm just tired that a lot of times people send me these stories about what the media write about. And I mean, yeah, do racism go on within the sport of boxing? Absolutely.
Floyd, is there a chance that
No, I don't want to elaborate on that because y'all have me out here and making shit look bad for me. Y'all don't give a fuck. Y'all make it look bad for me because y'all don't make it look bad for me because I write my own checks. So I say what I want to say. I always speak from the heart.
Floyd, with Crawford leaving Top Rank, is there a possibility that you would work with Crawford and potential future fights?
I've been telling him for the longest. Not like I've been trying to take him away from Top Rank.
Mm-hmm.
If you just look, I'm saying just look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Love Terrence Crawford. Right after the fight, I called him to congratulate him. And y'all look at him.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, look what I was able to do with him. I didn't do it by myself. Look what we were able to do together, I should say. You know what I'm saying? With them, with the help of them and his team, we worked together. So I think the Staples Center, is 18,000? So even if we do 15,000, that's some hell of a numbers. And Tank is a huge name in the sport of boxing. And it wasn't all from me. I was able to help position him, me Al, Leonard, all of us together. His team that works with him on a daily basis, we work together. We had a game plan. You always gotta have a game plan. And then a lot of times, the media, y'all be like, well, what's the game plan? When they go out there, what's the game plan? I gonna tell y'all the fucking game plan. So what an opponent can go home and say, oh, that's the game plan, well, I'm gonna do something different. So what I used to do is always give y'all a bullshit game plan. Tell y'all what I want to tell y'all. We never gonna tell y'all the game plan. The game plan is to tune in.
Floyd, one of the big things when I was growing up watching is that you took B side to get to the A side, and it seems a lot of fighters
No, don't do that.
Well, I'll let you finish.
Don't do that. Technically, they may put a fighter on the A side.
Right.
You always knew I was the A side for real.
Of course, but you played the politics and allowed.
And just like, throughout, I know eventually we're gonna do a huge documentary about my career, about my life, and I'm gonna go through all the ups and downs of my career, and what happened, throughout my career. The ups and downs, but what happened throughout my career.
I just remember the Turogati fight specifically.
Yeah, that's one that racism plays a major role.
And
absolutely.
And you took the steps to get to the position that a lot of fighters may not do what you did. Do you feel that's the case?
Yeah, money got taken away from me for that fight. Yeah, a lot of things happened, but I don't care. I'm the best. You can't stop me. What's meant to be is meant to be.
Did that play a
Remember,
part?
all these fighters when they faced me, they was talented. I'm God gifted. That's the difference.
Did that play a part in you taking Arturo Gatti apart the way that you did? Did you come in a little angry or touched?
Never angry. Always keep your composure. Always keep your cool. I was on a mission. And when I'm on a mission, I mean, you could feel like you're the best, but when you face me tonight, you're gonna come up short.
What's the key to growing Gervonta's career from this point forward? I mean, he's got these multiple pay-per-views in a row. Maybe he's not the talker that you were, but the talent is so supreme that it seems like there's incredible upside.
We can work on that. We can work on that. A lot of fighters, may not be able to give it to you the way Floyd Mayweather or Ali gave it to you. But he's so much talent, so much excitement. Don't worry, I'll be his voice. I'll talk the shit. He just go out there, and when I talk the shit, he got to cover it. And we talking about the betting. The betting. I'm just gonna say one thing about his opponent. He don't got no jab. Just I'm gonna let y'all know.
Are you throwing this off? Or are you throwing this off like you said? Like, or are you giving this?
If you throw a hook, I gotta make you throw a jab.
What do you miss the most from fighting? The preparations, the fight night?
No, I don't miss nothing about fighting. I was just at my high rise across the street, and then I got a call. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, y'all never told me what the press conference was. I never got the schedule throughout the whole week. They never give me the schedule. So if I'm late, please forgive me. They never gave me the fight schedule, so I had to hurry up and rush over here. But what you said, what I miss about the fight game? Nothing. Nothing. If I want to go pick up, it's not that. As far as if I want to go pick up some backpack money, if I want to go pick up 10 million, 20 million, 30 million, 100, I can go do an exhibition. It's not even on my record. A lot of times people talking about, that Jake Paul. Listen, it wasn't a real fight. All I was doing just every once in a while go to the gym, sit-ups, hit the heavy bag, then go home. I'm like, just kid this. But after the fight, I said, I give him more credit. I take my hat off to him because I said, with his background in wrestling, this is what I meant. His background in wrestling was unbelievable because the whole night, all he did was wrestle. And so I said, they said he was a top level wrestler. I said, I can tell.
Floyd, take me back to teenage Floyd, being in a hotel, boxing Frankie Randall, eating Doritos, and just kind of listening to the radio and being focused. Take me back to those days. How hungry were you?
You just said I was eating Doritos, so I probably went hungry. This is exactly what happened. I'll tell you that if I give y'all a whole breakdown on the story, then you guys don't need to watch my documentary. Because I don't know if it's gonna be on Hulu, Netflix, Amazon Prime, and I'm giving y'all shots out these different places. You gotta give me that chance. But Frankie Randall, may he rest in peace, great guy. I was able to stay at his house. I'm a little different from, the young fighters now. The young fighters want to, everything is the internet. My thing, I had a fan base before the internet. I mean, before social media. I don't want to say before the internet, but before social media. And my focus really was just to fight everybody. That's what I wanted to do. I'm saying, as an amateur, I fought everybody. Every country you can name.